You know about the hidden Mickeys, but you may not know about these other Disney secrets.
Disney will no longer allow selfie sticks at any of its theme parks due to safety concerns.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 things you don't see at Disney World. For this list, we're looking at all the things you may not notice at Disney parks. If you like what you're hearing, be sure to check out the full song at the link below.
Ain't no time for the week, slow time of the day. Man, it felt like I've been here for hours. Counting the time like I'm counting my blessings. I'm 50 cents short like they stole it with power. Go get my money like my name is Tommy.
Number 10. Bathrooms in Liberty Square. Disney World is known for being a place of fantasy, but there's one area where they decided to opt for historical accuracy instead. Considering how many children frequent Disney parks every day, you'd better bet that they have a lot of bathrooms scattered throughout the different lands to ensure there are no unwelcome accidents. But in Magic Kingdom's Liberty Square, the only washrooms are in restaurants. Why? Well, considering Liberty Square is supposed to bring visitors back to colonial times, a bathroom would be a major anachronism.
Next time you walk past the buildings here, check out the numbers on the doors. They are said to represent a specific decade within the 18th century.
Number 9. An abandoned airport runway.
Right now, our plans include an airport of the future down here in Osceola County.
In the early 70s, Disney World added a small airport to the property so that visitors could fly straight to the park and bypass other larger airports.
The airport was supposed to be open and operating by 1976, 5 years after the Magic Kingdom's opening.
It was only in operation for a couple of years, however, and has been in disuse ever since. One of the most whimsical features was that they created a singing runway using grooves in the pavement so that when you drove across at just the right speed, you would hear the tune of When You Wish Upon a Star. Technically, guests are not supposed to go there, and it's mainly used for parking and storage, but some visitors have tried. Number 8. Real American flags. There is a lot of patriotic sentiment behind Walt Disney World, especially on Main Street, which is representative of small-town America. But did you know that you won't actually see any true American flags in the park? That's because Disney wanted to circumvent the rules about raising and lowering flags, as well as flying them at half-mast when necessary. You're probably thinking that there are definitely flags in the park, and you'd be right. But they use visual trickery to make them look normal, when in fact, each one is missing either a star or a stripe. Number 7. Chewing gum.
Also not gonna find on property anywhere is gum.
Compared to other amusement parks around the world, Disney parks are unfailingly clean and tidy. You'd be hard-pressed to find trash on the ground because there are carefully placed garbage cans every 30 steps, as well as many staff members working on keeping the parks clean. Not only that, but they also don't sell chewing gum in Walt Disney World to prevent the mess of gum cleanup. Gum isn't technically banned, so they won't confiscate yours at the gates, but if you're a gum fiend, you probably want to stock up before your Disney vacation.
So this is in an effort to keep the parks cleaner and reduce the amount of gum that needs to be scraped off the sidewalks.
Number 6. Staff members pointing with one finger.
You may have noticed that cast members never point with just their index finger.
Disney parks are known for their impeccable customer service. If you approach any staff member, you are pretty much guaranteed to get a helpful and friendly response to any question you may have. And behind that experience are lots of rules. If an employee doesn't know how to help you, they aren't allowed to say "I don't know." They have to find a solution, including directing you to another staff member who could help. Also, if they're giving you directions, they are not allowed to use one finger to point. That's because the gesture is considered rude in some cultures. So they always use 2 fingers instead.
Yeah!
Number 5. The real height of Cinderellas Castle. When you walk through the gates at Walt Disney World, the first thing you see is the imposing and magical structure of Cinderella's Castle. The structure is 189 feet high, but it was intentionally built to look much taller. The Imagineers used forced perspective techniques to trick the eye into thinking it was larger. One example of this is the fact that the bricks near the top are smaller than the ones at the bottom. Similarly, the newer Beast's Castle in Fantasyland is actually tiny, but the way it was constructed makes it look life-sized. Number 4. A neighboring land. Disney's Magic Kingdom has 6 lands within the park: Adventureland, Fantasyland, Frontierland, Liberty Square, Main Street, and Tomorrowland. And the park was specifically designed so that when you're in one area, the experience is completely immersive. That means that they've expertly crafted each area so that you can never see another one. While some of the lands are very close together, they use things like trees and carefully designed structures to keep the experience consistent. Each land also has its own soundscape, and you won't hear the music from one land in another one either. Number 3, hidden smells.
Okay, so Disney has some pretty iconic, sort of recognize them anywhere scents, as many of you know. Now, some of these are pretty self-explanatory, like popcorn or roasting nuts or cotton candy. Others are actually created by Disney.
We all know how much memories can be associated with smells, and that's a fact the people at Disney decided to exploit in the design of their parks. While the park does have popcorn popping and cookies baking, those smells are enhanced by patented Smellitzer technology that uses fake aromas and pumps them into the parks.
Oh my god, it smells so yummy around here.
Ugh, yeah, they pump in pleasant smells to make you happier and want to buy things.
You're such a cynic.
While it's true of the park in general, they also use the technique to create ambiance on specific rides. For example, on Pirates of the Caribbean, you may notice the smell of gunpowder lingers in the air. Number 2, secret tunnels. According to Disney legend, Walt Disney himself wanted to keep the magic alive by ensuring that guests didn't see the employees moving from land to land while in costume. So to that end, he created a series of underground passageways underneath the Magic Kingdom for staff to pass through. They also function to aid with trash removal and food services. The series of tunnels is quite extensive, covering 392,040 square feet. And there are similar, though smaller systems at Epcot as well. While visitors are strictly forbidden from entering what are referred to as the utilidors, there is a special tour called Keys to the Kingdom that lets you in behind the scenes. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, the suite in Cinderella's Castle. You may have heard a rumor that you're able to spend the night in Cinderella's castle, and we're here to confirm that it is true. There is an extra magical suite hidden inside the castle itself, which lets you feel like royalty for the night. You're probably thinking that a stay here must cost a pretty penny, but you'd be incorrect on that one. Disney does not allow bookings for this particular suite, only offering it up on invitation and to contest winners. It's probably for the best because otherwise the waiting list would inevitably be about a mile long. Speaking of Cinderella, the statue of her in the park is made to look different to adults and children. Do you agree with our picks? Let us know in the comments. And hey, if you're a fan of the song playing right now, be sure to check out the music video for it right here.
Yeah, almost went back on the vibes, almost went back on the truth.